How Manchester United exposed Trent Alexander-Arnold. Today we're going to be diving into the stats, the tactics and all the analysis and looking how Ruben Amorim created a great plan to expose Arne Slot's Liverpool. If you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, but anyway, let's get this party started. So let's start at game plans. Manchester United went into this game in pretty poor form. Liverpool, top of the Premier League, but Fulham had uncovered a glaring weakness in recent weeks, especially on the left-hand side of Fulham's attack, Liverpool's right-hand side. In terms of Liverpool, we know how they set up this season under Slot. Pretty much a 4-2-4 structure. The wingers stay pretty high. There's two forward players that are kind of fluid, and one of the midfielders moves high and joins that line. But there is a glaring weakness that Liverpool have got this season, and that is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Not only does Mohamed Salah not drop back and protect the fullback, but Trent has been lazy this season, intensity has been off, and 1v1 he has been very poor. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been dribbled past more than any other defender in the Premier League this season, and that is how you attack Liverpool. So in terms of Manchester United, how do they do that? They did it in a number of different ways. I think first and foremost, Manchester United's natural shape gave them an advantage at the back. Of course, going to Anfield, you've got to quieten the crowd. And one of the ways of doing that is holding possession of the football at the start of games. Play your way into games, but also play forward. In terms of the overall structure, Manchester United had a man spare in those deeper areas. If Liverpool pressed with two players, they'd be outnumbered with United's back three, of course, plus Andre Onana, who can get involved in the build-up. But also, if one of the wingers jumped onto the outside centre-backs, the long ball out to one of the wing-backs was massively opened. And that was the first way that Manchester United attacked Trent Alexander-Arnold, directly 1v1 in the dribble. Trent is kind of a player that isn't great in those situations, especially when he's exposed. Either Konate would have to go over to try and help Trent, or Ryan Gravenberch into the area. But because of Manchester United's shape and setup, Bruno Fernandes at attacking midfield created even more situations for Delot to go 1v1. So let's take a look at an example of Manchester United isolating Trent Alexander-Arnold 1v1. First and foremost, as we mentioned, given United's build-up structure, Liverpool's press was ineffective. And this is another moment where Harry Maguire has a lot of time in possession. He can simply take a touch and work the ball out wide, playing over Liverpool's press. What's important here not only is Diogo Dalot's first touch absolutely brilliant, bringing the ball under, committing Trent, but also the positioning of Bruno Fernandes. Bruno has taken the attention of Ryan Gravenberch, who's one of the players that could go and support Trent Alexander-Arnold. Of course, already Mohamed Salah has been taken out of the game with that long pass. What I like here from Diogo Dalot is arguably he kind of feints to come inside. You know, what you're expecting with Diogo Dalot playing on the left-hand side as a wing-back is going to come inside all the time. What I thought he did really well in this game was pretending to do that and then exploding on the outside. You can clearly see that Trent's weight is on his outside foot, so it's difficult for him to change and get down the byline, and we see that with Diogo Dalot's feint here, exploding on the outside, beating Trent with his power and his pace, and then getting his head up in the final third and putting a great ball into the box. This is something that Diogo has worked on in recent weeks, and this cross is a great ball into the box that Rasmus Højlund really should anticipate a bit better to get a chance on goal. But that was the start of it for Manchester United. And if we move the clip on to other situations, got another really good move from Diogo Dalot, where 1v1 Trent Alexander-Arnold once again is exposed. This time the build-up's a little bit slower, and Diogo Dalot receives it with Trent Alexander-Arnold ahead of him. But once again, Diogo Dalot kind of feigns to come inside before Cruyffing on the outside, exploding and putting another great ball into the box. And then if Rasmus Højlund truly commits to that near post, he's got a tap in on his left foot. But again, United exposing Trent Alexander-Arnold to those 1v1s, which was the shape and system that created these types of situations. Good tactics from Ruben Amorim. The second thing that Manchester United did to expose Trent Alexander-Arnold was simply run off him, either in the wide areas, running behind him, or making runs in between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Konate, the centre-half. These areas is where Trent really switches off. He's a player that used to be quite active in a defensive sense, but now moments of concentration really slip away from him. He loses his focus on a game and easily can get run off. Manchester United did it really well in a number of situations. The first was a ball from Ahmad from the inside right position, breaking Liverpool's defensive structure. So let's take a look at that right now. We pick up the play with Ugarte in midfield, who quite frankly is brilliant. He is a Manchester United hard midfielder, someone that would have needed for a long, long time. But anyway, less on Ugarte, more on exposing Trent. In terms of what you want to look at now, look at how Trent just switches off. He's ball watching in this situation, and Bruno Fernandes simply just runs off the back of him. With the quality of someone like Amad Diallo in these positions, you've got to be switched on. Bruno Fernandes ghosts into a brilliant goal-scoring position, goes on the outside, and again, if Rasmus Højlund makes the run on the near post, something that it needs to do a little bit more, I think that is the standard thing for strikers for me. Always hit the near post. Expect your teammates to attack the other areas of the box. Your job, hit that near post, either get on the ball or create space for your teammates. But anyway, in terms of Trent switching off, it creates a really high-quality situation for Bruno Fernandes behind the fullback that Virgil van Dijk once again saves Liverpool. There are reports the two players clashed, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk in the dressing room. Are the wheels coming off? Get into the comments below. But Trent Alexander-Arnold wasn't just poor in the defensive phase of the game, but also in the transition. Here, you really see him switch off and get exploited by a Manchester United run. So pick up the play with Trent in possession. This is where you want him, driving at the opponents, playing the forward passes. It's a simple ball, to be quite honest, to Mohamed Salah, and he gets it completely wrong. I think from Diogo Dalot's perspective, maybe he needs to open his body up a little bit more on that left-hand side. He's very used to defending on the right side of the pitch. But he gets it right, he moves his body round, intercepts the ball. From this position, you're thinking a classic Liverpool team is going to put pressure on the ball straight away. It's going to come the counter press, but it's simply not there. Trent backs off and allows Man United to slowly build an attack. But once again, there is no pressure on the football. You can clearly see Diogo Dalot already starting to move into the wide area. Trent can see him, Trent can see the ball, but it's really, really poor. The timing of the run's good, the pass is really good, and once again, Man United get in behind Trent Alexander-Arnold. The ball is played in, and Amad Diallo unfortunately can't really sort himself out to get an attempt on goal. But once again, exploiting Trent by using the space in behind him. So the first goal really concludes this point well, because both things happen in this move. Number one, Man United exposed Trent in a 1v1 situation, which we've already seen. The long pass from Harry Maguire, Diogo Dalot shaping inside, exploding on the outside, and getting a good cross into the box. Of course, Virgil van Dijk defends that, and the ball breaks. What I think United did very, very well, like they did at the Etihad from these type of situations, is their counter press was very good. They were alive in these situations, which is super important at the top level of football. Of course, first up, we see Kobbie Mainoo put pressure on the ball, then Bruno Fernandes put pressure on the ball to force Trent into a pretty difficult pass. Martinez then jumps and gets ahead of Mohamed Salah into the final third. From this position, what I think the system that United are playing, you start to see the benefits. When United get into the rhythm of Amorim's system, you'll start to see these kind of diamond overloads in the wide areas where you've got 4 players on one flank that can overload the opposition shape. It's a real advantage of playing a 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. But independent of that, just watch Trent Alexander-Arnold once again. His defending is so lax. He doesn't put any pressure on Bruno Fernandes, who just waltzes inside. And then once again, the area where Man United attack is where the right back should be. Number one, it's poor between Trent's position and Konaté's position. The space is too big. But overall, it's just Liverpool not putting pressure on the ball, which is something that we don't expect. United expose that. Bruno Fernandes with a through ball into the space behind Trent, and Martinez with a brilliant finish, rifling it into the top of the net. And I think that goal really summarises United's game plan. Expose Trent Alexander-Arnold 1v1, look to attack the space in behind him. Ruben Amorim deserves a big, big tick for the performance away at Anfield. And the third way that Manchester United exposed Liverpool was Rasmus Højlund spinning into that right channel. The channel ball is something that United need to bring back. It's a classic 90s move that works with this system and structure. So let's take a look at the equaliser, because that was a really good example of United using a channel ball. Not for a direct shot on goal, but winning the second ball. So important in football. We pick up the play of United building with the back three. We've already spoke about the advantages that United had. They arguably had free possession at certain times, especially when moving the ball from the right-hand side of their shape to the left-hand side of the shape for Lisandro Martinez. Given the shape Liverpool playing, it gave Martinez so much space to get his head up and play those long balls into the channel. This is something that United did to attack Liverpool at the heart of their defence. Instead of playing it down the right side, maybe with De Ligt looking to, Van Dijk's side, you're targeting Konate and Trent. We see Rasmus Højlund getting into the channel, and he loses the aerial duel. But the big thing for Manchester United is they counter-press and do well. But before we look at the end of the goal, let's go back to this channel ball. This is an effective strategy that United have used against Manchester City and Liverpool. So first up, let's take a look at an example on 41 minutes. Once again, United have built a bit of possession. They've drawn Liverpool's shape in. They've moved the ball around pretty well. Mainu drops the ball once again to Martinez, who's in space. Gets his head up, and Rasmus Højlund once again bends a great run from an offside position, back onside, in behind the defence. Once again, look at Trent's positioning. He is the deepest of Liverpool's back four, playing the Rasmus Højlund onside. United exposed Trent so much in this game. The ball gets played over, the channel ball's played, Højlund gets in behind, takes a touch and fires straight at Alisson. For me, Højlund's quite good in these positions. I've seen him score countless goals where he's rifled the ball high, either top right, top left. Again, the finish was slightly disappointing, but the movement was great. United have used this ball before, and a great example of this came against Manchester City, where United should have won a penalty. Same type of situation. Lisandro Martinez in massive space, Højlund making a great run from an offside position, back onside, bending it perfectly, and in this instance, Ruben Diaz takes him out and it should be a penalty. This is a weapon United have used really well, and we saw that, of course, for the goal. So jumping back into the equaliser, Lisandro Martinez clips a ball into the channel. It's well defended from Konate, but Bruno Fernandes wins the second ball. Just look at Trent's positioning from now on in. His positioning basically takes up a centre-back position. You don't really want him there. You want him in a full-back area, so the centre-back can naturally defend the cross and read the play. Bruno plays it instantly to Garnacho in behind, and once again, United are attacking the space that Trent Alexander-Arnold should be defending. The moment he's in a right-sided centre-back position, not where I want him. I want my centre-back defending the near post. And we simply see Garnacho drive into the box, get his head up and find the perfect ball for Ahmad to slot home. But Trent doesn't affect that defensive phase at all, and United, once again, have exploited the England player. So in conclusion, Manchester United exposed Trent Alexander-Arnold and got a massive point at Anfield. They scored goals, they created opportunities, and arguably could have won the game. I think looking forward for Manchester United, there's progress. The win at the Etihad against Manchester City, the draw at Anfield against Liverpool. They only lost to Arsenal as well from set pieces. United need to just improve against the weaker sides, especially in the final third. But that'll come with more training sessions with Ruben Amorim. Just want to give a shout out to the two central midfielders. Kobbie Mainoo and Ugarte was superb at Anfield. Both of them were combative, were good under pressure, escaped the dribble. But overall, statistically, were brilliant. They won 8 tackles between them, more than the entire Liverpool team managed combined. Ruben Amorim's revolution at Manchester United has just started, and I am excited to see where it goes. But anyway, guys, I've been Statman Dave. If you're new around here, subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.